Okay, let's dive into this because the drama surrounding Diddy's trial just took a shocking turn. We all know about the wild parties that Diddy threw at Prince's mansion, thanks to Jason Lee's insider information.
The first Diddy party I went to was at Prince's house. So you want to go to Prince's house to the Diddy party where Tyrese is performing and Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher are swinging on swings. That is what's happening on the other side of the wall. And so the one thing that makes this party different than a Jamie Foxx party or any other celebrity party that wrangles a bunch of young women or guys or whatever too, is that Diddy didn't let you bring your security in the party.
But here's the twist. What if Prince himself was secretly recording everything? Prince, known for his private nature, was always in control and calculated about how he lived his life. What if he had incriminating footage of Diddy from those parties? Some believe that Prince might have kept the footage, or maybe even passed it on to someone before his sudden death. Now, rumors are swirling that Prince's name could be brought up in court during the trial. This trial is already full of jaw-dropping moments, and it's just getting started. The names that have come up during jury selection are absolutely shocking. Some of the most surprising names on the list include Michelle Williams, Robert Downey Jr., Mike Myers, and Lauryn Hill. People we never expected to be involved in this drama. But then, we've got the usual suspects, Cassie, Diddy's ex, who's already filed a lawsuit against him. Her lawsuit has some explosive details about Diddy's behavior, and it includes information about his staff and Bad Boy Entertainment employees who witnessed everything but stayed silent. These same staff members were allegedly tasked with delivering gifts to Cassie after a domestic violence incident, and they also helped set up the hotel suites where Diddy's freak-offs took place, even going so far as to prepare rooms with baby oil and other details that make it clear just how grimy this whole situation was. Cassie's lawsuit also details how after one of these incidents, Diddy's head of security and assistant saw her in distress and began to cry. This is not just a small detail, this could be key testimony if these staff members are called to testify in court. And speaking of people who are likely to be called, Harvey Pierre is on the list as well. He's implicated in a lawsuit from a Jane Doe who claims that he convinced her to fly out to New Jersey, where she was allegedly assaulted by him and Diddy. This just keeps getting deeper. Then we've got young Miami, who still works for Diddy, and people are speculating about her involvement in some less than legal activities related to Diddy's empire. The jury selection also mentions Dallas Austin, a childhood friend of Diddy's late ex-wife Kim Porter. This connection is raising eyebrows, especially since people are starting to question if Diddy had anything to do with Kim's sudden and mysterious death. Lorianne Gibson, who famously had a run-in with Diddy back in 2007, also made the list. She filed a police report back then after Diddy allegedly threw a chair and threatened her on the set of Making the Band. But that's not all. Aubrey O'Day, who has been vocal in supporting Cassie, is also named. O'Day accused Diddy of making inappropriate advances toward her, and now she's standing by Cassie's allegations. Former Donity Kane member Dawn Richard is another name on the list, and her connection to Diddy is even more troubling. She's suing him, accusing him of mistreatment during Making the Band and alleging that he used demeaning insults toward the female contestants. In addition, Dawn claims that she witnessed Diddy getting physical with Cassie while high. And it doesn't stop there. Michael B. Jordan's name is coming up too, mostly because of his flirty relationship with Cassie back in 2015. Now, we all know that Diddy is not exactly known for letting things go, and it seems like he might have taken issue with this. But the real bombshell here is Kid Cudi. Back in 2011, Cassie and Kid Cudi had a brief fling during a rough patch in her relationship with Diddy. When Diddy found out, he allegedly grew enraged and decided to take drastic action. According to Cassie's lawsuit, Diddy had Kid Cudi's car blown up in his driveway. That's right, Cudi's car was destroyed while parked outside his home. This isn't just some petty feud, this is criminal-level behavior, and it's all on the table now. But the biggest jaw-dropper? Prince. No one expected him to be dragged into this mess, especially not in connection with Diddy. The rumor mill is turning, and some believe that Prince might have had secret footage of Diddy and that he kept it for leverage. If this is true, could it be linked to Prince's mysterious death? Prince, who was always known for being fiercely independent, made some cryptic posts just before his passing that have since raised suspicions. A few days before his death, he posted an image of himself with a message that was later deleted. It said, "Just when you thought you were safe." What's even more suspicious is that Prince's last public appearance was at a party at Paisley Park, right after his reported treatment for a health issue and just days before he passed. According to reports, Prince told attendees, "Wait a few days before you waste any prayers." And, just as he predicted, Prince died at 57 after being found unresponsive at his estate in Minnesota. Officially, his cause of death was determined to be an accidental fentanyl overdose after unknowingly taking counterfeit Vicodin laced with the potent opioid. But many people are questioning how someone as health-conscious as Prince could have accidentally overdosed on fentanyl.
Did he have health problems?
That I don't know, right? What I know is that he was really health conscious. He was a vegan. He didn't abuse alcohol. I didn't know of him abusing drugs. He worked out, so, that also really concerned me because it made me think that, wow, so you mean you do all these things to take care of yourself and you die so young?
Could this be part of a bigger conspiracy? Here's the kicker. Prince was in the middle of a battle over the ownership and control of his music, and he'd been vocal about his ongoing struggle with the companies that stood in the way of artists' rights. Some believe that this could have been the real reason behind his untimely death. He might have paid the ultimate price for standing up for artists and for trying to retain control over his own work. If Prince was secretly gathering information on Diddy and planning to expose him, could that have played a role in his death? And now, could those tapes or evidence be resurfacing in court as part of this bombshell trial? It's all starting to feel like a web of secrets, and we may be about to learn much more than we ever expected. The circumstances surrounding Prince's death have always been clouded with suspicion, and some fans still believe that Warner Brothers could have had a hand in it. Although the debate over whether the label played a direct role remains unsettled, there's no denying that Prince's relationship with Warner was complicated, especially as his fame grew. Prince first signed with Warner Music in 1977 when he was just 18 years old. His early years with the label weren't particularly successful, with his albums between 1978 and 1981 failing to make a huge impact. But despite the slow start, Warner kept him on the roster, recognizing his potential. By 1982, when MTV was gaining popularity, Prince released 1999, which marked his first major breakthrough. The album sent him into the top 10 of the US charts, and Prince's ability to use music videos as a marketing tool helped elevate his profile even further. By the time Purple Rain was released in 1984, he had become one of the most exciting and influential pop stars in the world. However, things took a sharp turn when Prince grew frustrated with how Warner controlled his music and his name. Feeling trapped by the label's power, he made a bold move and changed his name to a symbol, becoming known as the artist formerly known as Prince. He was outspoken about his dissatisfaction with Warner's control over his career.
On December 31st, 1999, my publishing contract with Warner Chappell expired, thus emancipating the name I was given before birth, Prince, from all long-term restrictive documents.
I had searched deep within my heart and spirit, and I wanted to make a change and move to a new plateau in my life. And one of the ways in which I did that was to change my name. It sort of divorced me from the past and all the hang-ups that go along with it, as it's been well chronicled in deep dispute with my record label.
Which is Warner Brothers, right?
Yeah. We had some issues that were basically about ownership of the music and how often I was supposed to record and things like that. I really searched deep within to find out the answer to whether fame was most important to me or my spiritual well-being, and I chose the latter.
At the same time, Diddy, who had his own career unfolding, was getting involved with the very people Prince was calling out. Diddy's Bad Boy Records entered into a partnership with Warner Music, giving Warner a 50% stake in the label. This deal meant that Warner handled distribution for Bad Boy's catalog, ensuring the label's continued success. Diddy himself commented that the deal had given him the financial backing and structure he needed to keep Bad Boy on top in the music industry. There's also been speculation that Prince, who was always known for being private and meticulous, may have been aware of Diddy's controversial parties and purposely stayed away from him. Jason Lee, an insider, mentioned that the first Dirty party he attended was held at Prince's house, but what was even stranger was that no one was allowed to bring their own security to the event.
The first Diddy party I went to was at Prince's house. So you want to go to Prince's house to the Diddy party where Tyrese is performing and Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher are swinging on swings. That is what's happening on the other side of the wall. And so The one thing that makes this party different than a Jamie Foxx party or any other celebrity party that wrangles a bunch of young women or guys or whatever too, is that Diddy didn't let you bring your security in the party.
Given Prince's private nature, this raised the question, could Prince have had cameras rolling at these parties? If he did, it's possible he recorded everything that happened, and there's even talk that he may have kept the footage or passed it on to someone he trusted. The idea that Prince could have had something on Diddy has led to speculation that Prince's name might come up in Diddy's ongoing trial. To make things even more eerie, Prince's sister, Tyka Nelson, revealed that just days before his death, Prince confided in her that he was in trouble. Contrary to some rumors that they weren't close, Tyka shared that she and her brother had always been very close. She spoke about how Prince had helped her get sober by sending her to rehab when she struggled with substance abuse.
Save your life and getting you into rehab.
Yes, he did. I had a long time kind of battling those things, and after my father passed, it got really bad. And so I called up Big Bruh to help. He said, okay, when and where.
In a 2018 interview, Tyka recalled their last conversation, which took place just 4 days before Prince's death. She said that Prince avoided answering her questions and would change the subject whenever she pressed him. He would joke around, but when she asked him how he was really doing, he didn't open up. It was clear to her that something was bothering him, but he didn't want to talk about it.
It wasn't hard at all. It was a 2-second phone call. He's gone. I had been preparing for 2 years, so I knew that it was coming.
What does that mean?
He said it a couple of years ago.
What would he say?
What he said was, I've done everything that I've come to do. So I was crushed for about two years.
When Prince died, the official cause was an accidental fentanyl overdose after he unknowingly took counterfeit painkillers. But there was something strange about the situation from the start, especially since Prince was known for living a clean lifestyle. The idea that he would accidentally overdose on fentanyl seemed off to many of his fans. This has led to more questions about whether there was something more behind his death. Could his decision to distance himself from Diddy and the secrets he might have kept play a role in his untimely passing? While the official narrative remains that Prince died from an accidental overdose, there are still whispers that something darker may have been at play. It's still unclear whether Diddy's name will come up in the trial or if Prince's recordings will ever see the light of day, but one thing is certain, there was a lot more going on with Prince in the days before his death than most people know. Whether it was related to Diddy or not, we may never have all the answers, but the mysteries surrounding his death continue to linger. What do you think about the possibility that Prince had recordings of Diddy? Share your thoughts in the comments below.